Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 all fours.
Hello again and welcome to the latest edition of the Carolina Insider. My name is Jones Angel, excited to be with you for the next 30 minutes as we talk Tar Heels. And we're going to get started with, boy, what a week it's been for Carolina basketball. Tar Heels anticipated playing on Monday night against Miami. That game was postponed, so a long week to get ready for the game on Saturday against Virginia. But Tar Heels struggled offensively, fell in a big hole early, eventually climbed out of it to get within 7, but could never get over the hump and fall by 12, 60-48, the final score in Charlottesville. Also, a big piece of Tar Heel news announced just before that game against Virginia tipped off. That game this upcoming week on Tuesday versus Virginia Tech has been postponed due to COVID problems within the Virginia Tech program. That becomes the third home game that Carolina has lost due to postponement against an ACC opponent. They'll work hard to try and get somebody on that schedule in the near future. So we will see action from the matchup with Virginia. Also, Carolina's women's tennis team took home the ITA Indoor National Championship last week. We will speak with Elizabeth Scotty. Elizabeth, a sophomore on the team, won the championship deciding point for the Tar Heels. Adam Lucas and I will talk to her about that and more. Speaking of Adam, he'll stick with me. We'll go through the social drive, check out important things around social media for Carolina athletics, and also some big wins for Tar Heel men's lacrosse and wrestling from this weekend. We'll see some highlights from those as well. All coming up on the show. Let's start, though, with basketball. In Charlottesville, Saturday night, Tar Heels fall to Virginia by 12. Let's see some of the footage.
He's not the threat that some of Carolina's other perimeter players are.
Ball is loose. Love out hustles Clark to get the loose ball and takes it to the rim for the hammer. Working around the perimeter, looking for Brooks down low, but won't throw it to him. Now they get it to him one-on-one with Hauser, and he hits the baby hook shot from the low right block. Boy, he worked hard. Black in the right corner. Drives to the right elbow, ahead to Baycott. Nice move right to the cup, down the left side of the lane for the bucket. Tar Heels do have 5 offensive rebounds as Clark turns it over. Walton out of there with a steal. He'll try to go coast to coast and finger rolls it off the glass and in. This lineup had some trouble earlier for Carolina. Davis, Playtech as the Heels. Nice pass, sharp out of the double team to Baycott for the easy bucket. High post Brooks, hands off to Walton, who does not have a bucket. Changes that with a quick 3. With Brooks on the bench, Baycott on the bench, Love on the bench, Walton on the bench. Playing with a lot of reserves. Sharp goes down low to Kessler, makes the nice catch. Trying to whittle this deficit down. Davis drives hard right of the lane, flips it up off the glass for 2. Virginia was 6 of 17 last season. Shot clock getting low as Love going to be forced to try a step back 2. It knocks it in on the left baseline. Long 3, R.J. Davis, no. Brooks tips the rebound out to Love. He'll get it to Walton quickly. His 3 strips the net.
Then you've got to dive as hard as you can to try and keep Huff from reacting.
Tar Heels get a steal. It's going to run out to be a layup by Dayron Sharp. 33 seconds left. Creighton Lebo drives to the right baseline, picks up his dribble. He's a good shooter, and he'll elevate and drop in the shot. So Creighton Lebo, that's his first basket as a Tar Heel. Carolina fell down so large so early, down 21-4 in the first 10 minutes, and just could never get out of that deficit to put any pressure on the Cavaliers. The final score will be 60-48.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. all while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be our most capable heavy-duty pickup. Because of this, we gave the all-new 2021 F-150 an available 12-inch touchscreen. Because of this, we built Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Don't miss the chance to get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting. Food's here. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison & Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Brian Kalbas, head coach of Carolina's women's tennis team, really has turned his team into a national power year after year. And the Tar Heels in particular have done well in these ITA indoor national titles that come at the beginning of the regular season in college tennis. This is the second consecutive year and third year out of the last 4 that the Tar Heels have taken home that indoor national title. Of course, they have their eyes on the NCAA championship as well, which comes up later in the spring. But Elizabeth Scotty, a sophomore on the Tar Heel team, won the championship deciding point to take home the national title over Texas. In fact, Elizabeth had a big comeback to win that point and win the match for the Tar Heels. Adam Lucas and I had a chance to talk to Elizabeth about that and more. Let's take a look here on the Carolina Insider. We want to talk about the clinching point for Carolina to win the ITA indoors here coming up in a little bit. But as Adam referenced, the entire match against Texas didn't start until I think it was around 10:30 Eastern time late on Sunday night. How do you stay ready when you're not starting until so late in the day?
Well, it's kind of funny because my team always calls me like the grandma in the group, and like my bedtime is 10 o'clock. So it was, I had a very long nap during the day. We sort of knew there was a lot of good teams competing before us that we knew would like kind of have to battle out there. So we were planning on playing later than the predetermined 6:30 that we were supposed to be at. So I took a long, at least 1-2 hour nap. So that's how I stayed awake.
So Elizabeth, take us through your match. And for Tar Heel fans who don't know, Elizabeth had the clinching point for the Tar Heels in a 4-3 win over Texas to win the ITA indoors. Big comeback for you in this match. Elizabeth, take us all the way through it.
Well, I mean, it was a long match start to finish. I actually had the lead in the first set, up 2-0. I know my opponent pretty well, Charlotte. We have trained together a bit and stuff, so I knew that she was a really good player. It was one of those things, I was in it the whole time. I just wasn't able to get the games, especially with the no ad scoring. It would be 2-3 points determine, oh, now I'm down 5-4. Now I lost the set 6-4. So going down 0-4 in the second, I still felt like I was in it, but even though like the score is like, you really shouldn't have a chance. But like my team, they just supported me so hard throughout, and Allie, Sanford, and Lex were next to me. And after Lex finished, they were just screaming every single time I went a point, and it just kind of helped me get back into it. And once I got that second set, I was feeling like very confident. Going into the third, I started playing a little bit looser, like just relaxed, and started ripping balls more. So I think really helped me carry that through the third set.
I assume you're aware of what is happening on other courts as the score is sort of evolving, and you realize that it's down to you, I'm guessing.
Well, I knew Cam had lost because there was a lot of just crazy "Go Texas" things being shouted, and I knew he was down for a while. I'm not a big scoreboard checker. I don't like to look and see what other people are doing, but you can just tell. So I knew that Fee was losing for a little while, but then everyone started, I just heard Fee, like go Fee, go Tar Heels. So I'm like, okay, I think she's coming back. So I'm like, I'm not gonna look, but it might come down to me, and like that's not normal, I guess, because normally I'm one of the first people off, win or lose. I play pretty quickly, so it's kind of a rarity for me.
Elizabeth, what is, when you're down in a match like that, how do you get out of your own head? Like, you know, how do you kind of stay with the process of just, hey, point by point, game by game, just trying to climb back in it, as opposed to like, oh man, I'm way down here. I've got to make all this happen.
No, I mean, it's true what you said. Coach Thompson came up to me and said, it's just 1 point at a time. Stay focused, really make her earn them. I think I was being just a little bit too carefree with some of those points, and he just said, make her earn all of them, really fight, dig in. And he was like, this is such a good experience. And I'm like, are you sure? I'm down to set in 4-0. I wouldn't put that down as a great experience, but it did become one once I kind of dug in there.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on individual success, on the team success, and of course a long way to go here this season for Carolina's women's tennis team. Undefeated, #1 in the nation, eyes towards that NCAA title coming up in the spring. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting.
Food's here.
Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have,
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece
thanks.
feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be our most capable heavy-duty pickup. Because of this, we gave the all-new 2021 F-150 an available 12-inch touchscreen. Because of this, we built Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Don't miss the chance to get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Every week, Adam Lucas and I bounce around social media, check out some relevant Tar Heel topics. Let's go to it now. We call it our Social Drive. Adam, we start with the Super Bowl as a Tar Heel, actually a couple of Tar Heel connections here to the Super Bowl, and it started right there with the national anthem, Adam.
Eric Church breaking out I believe those are Jordan 1's Player Edition Jones, as I'm sure you know, straight from Mac Brown and Jason Freeman in the Tar Heel equipment room. Wanted to make sure that Eric Church had some gear for, that's the rehearsal. He didn't wear them for the actual national anthem, but they got plenty of play from wearing them at the rehearsal, and he did a great job on the national anthem along with Jasmine Sullivan.
Absolutely, and congratulations also to TJ Logan, former Tar Heel running back, who was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Unfortunately, TJ was injured, was on the IR for the Bucs, but part of the Super Bowl winning team, so congratulations to TJ for being part of a Super Bowl champion. On the audio version of the Carolina Insider, we've been discussing recently homemade Tar Heel crafts and artwork, things that people have made that have become a part of their home, and we asked people to send a bunch of this stuff in, and we got some great results.
Yeah, and we just thought it translated better to the video pod than the audio pod. This is kind of where it all started, the mini Smith Center, the FOCO.
FOCO.
And this one was built by Agatha Donker. And now, let me tell you, this might look easy, but what we have learned is that building these little Smith Centers is very time and labor intensive.
Yeah, so these are, we'll go to the next shot here. Look at these are tiny little, almost like Legos, but FOCOs. You see the shot from down low, they've got the full floor. Then Bobby Casey, when we were talking about what Agatha had done, Bobby sent this in and gave us some behind the scenes, and as you can see there, he said the piece is small, instructions slightly vague, and once we said that on the audio version of the pod, we've heard from a lot of people that vague may even be a nice way to put it, how difficult these instructions are. Took him nearly 24 hours to build, but it was all worth it when you have a tiny Smith Center.
Little known fact, Bobby Casey actually did that straight through. 20 hours straight through. He took no breaks until that Smith Center was completed.
All right, so this started the conversation, but then Adam, we've gotten a lot more. Here's Rusty Sebastian. This is little tiny Ramses that his daughter, I think, crocheted, I think it's the right term.
That's right.
For how she made this, and it's made some travels around the country with Rusty.
Yeah, he's traveled all around the world, and Rusty's daughter, talented artist in many different ways, not just a crocheter, but also an artist. This is a watercolor of the old well that she did. That's great right there.
Yeah, that's some good work. And so this has just spurned, Adam, all kinds of stuff. Here's, Adam, now the backstory on this one from Frankie Vickers to me is hilarious. So you may be looking at that and being like, wait a second, that looks a little bit odd. Frankie originally made this at 7 years old for the 1993 National Championship. The original drawing was North Carolina Tar Heels and the championship banner from 1993. So when the Tar Heels started railing off all these other titles, 3 more since 05, Frankie said, it was a good idea for 7-year-old Frankie to do this. I'm just gonna keep adding to it. And so Frankie kept this random piece of paper that started from 7 years old, and look at it now.
That's really good for a 7-year-old.
Yeah, it is.
And I like that it was the older school Ram wearing the little beanie.
Strutting Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That was good work.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be our most capable heavy-duty pickup. Because of this, we gave the all-new 2021 F-150 an available 12-inch touchscreen. Because of this, we built Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Don't miss the chance to get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting.
Food's here.
Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
We've mentioned a few times on the show the last couple of weeks that there are just a whole bunch of sports starting to compete around Carolina, with winter sports getting into the back half of their season, spring sports starting up, and a lot of the fall sports will be competing in the spring this year due to COVID, which the NCAA paused several schedules from earlier in the year. So there's just a lot going on, and that included this past weekend in Chapel Hill. We mentioned, of course, Carolina basketball unfortunately fell short in Charlottesville against Virginia, but we do have some highlights of some Tar Heel teams that competed on Saturday and had success. That includes men's lacrosse, which has started its season 2-0. The men defeated Jacksonville 18-7 for its second win of the year. And wrestling took on Virginia as well and came up with a big win, 25-9, the final margin in that one. So we have highlights from those 2 victories from Tar Heel Athletics from this past weekend.
Here's Gray. Gets free and scores. 3rd turnover for Jacksonville. Here's Cameron. Switches to his right and scores. Defender falls down. Maybe an opportunity here for Gray. Gonna have to shovel a shot and scores.
Kind of does a little bit of everything. Kelly, the other guy who rotates in there. A relentless rider, does the little things with your offense.
Wow, that is a shot from distance. Looked like Baker saw it, just couldn't quite corral it. Rolling back to his left, gets a step on the defender. Great pass to Cook. And it's just a 3-goal advantage now. Look out here. Oh, Gray had a little bit of a step, and he scores. That's all he needed.
These seniors coming back for that extra year has changed the complexity of this squad from a leadership standpoint, but also balancing the offense when you have Cook, Perry, and Anderson.
Oh, look at Cameron. Just nobody picked him up, so he thought, we'll go right to the cage, gets the goal, and we get a flag to boot. Watch for Gray to make a move upfield. Finds a cutter, wide open.
With a shot clock violation, when you're extra man for 3 minutes, you want to get some great opportunities, and then on the opposite side, you deal with that.
The lead is 8 at the present time, and North Carolina seemingly doing just about everything right, including that shot right there from William Perry. You're going to give him that shot?
The sky's the limit with this Creed kid in cage, too. So from a talent perspective, this team is loaded, and you're seeing it tonight. Offensively, going after Jacksonville.
How have you improved? How has your game improved, and how do you measure up against him?
Sherman has both legs. No call yet. Courtney able to scramble out of it. And there's the 2 for Sherman. So, Sherman, despite the unsportsmanlike conduct, earns the win by decision 5-4. North Carolina up 6-0 through a pair of bouts tonight. Try and be aggressive.
He's doing some good work, though. He's getting him close.
He's going to have a near fall situation here.
I think he got all 4.
Looked like the signal was all 4. There it is, all 4 near fall points. 8-1 now. With O'Connor's riding time points, it'll be a 19-5 win. It's a major decision for Austin O'Connor. I think that was at least a 3 count from what we could see from our angle.
Kane might be able to get a fall here. He's got that arm under. Yep.
The 5th-year senior on senior nights earns the victory by fall. 3-2-1. Will Guida earns his first win in ACC competition. The freshman for North Carolina wins the decision over Josiah Encarnacion in his intercollegiate debut.
Good hard-fought win there for Guida to pick up his first collegiate win, and a good hard-fought win for North Carolina in this duel. I really think when you go back and look at it, 84 when Devin Kane picked up the pin. That's really where the turning point was. Took a 13-6 duel and put it to 19-6.
As we mentioned at the top of the show, big piece of news for Carolina basketball is that the Tuesday game against Virginia Tech has been postponed due to COVID problems within the Hokie basketball program. So as of now, Tar Heels not scheduled to play again until this upcoming Saturday in the Smith Center against Louisville. That would mark for Carolina just the 7th home game out of the 20 that the Tar Heels have played this season. So we hope to have highlights of that matchup and a lot more when we see you again next week on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, tastes better. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield IMG College.